Hi lovers, hi, how are you guys doing? Yoma Daniel here. Welcome to my channel. Did you guys see the video that I uploaded where I showed you guys my sexy body? That is how I look. I look very wonderful. Now, because the camera is too close, you know, yesterday when I was doing my videos, it was a little bit longer. You would have seen much of a difference. But now you won't see much of a difference because I'm holding the thing with my hand. The thing broke. The stand where the thing stands, it broke. Ne? So now I'm just holding the light very, very close to me. You know, guys, I'm coming from church. Happy Sundays, and I want to speak to my fellow parents. Ne? As a word of encouragement. Ne? I want to speak to my fellow parents. You know, I've always had it in me to want to raise children the way I was raised. Ne? Let me bring this a little bit down so that I can relax. Ne? To want to raise children the way I was raised. Why? Because I believe it's the best. I know time has changed, but I believe it's very much best. I want to take you a little bit in how my parents raised me. Ne? This is how my parents raised me. They are not perfect people, but they tried their level best to, you know, teach us the good teachings. Ne? So we were taken for Sunday schools. My parents took us to church Sundays. Sundays we didn't stay home. We went to church on Sundays. We were taken to Sunday schools on Sundays. And sometimes after church, there were some Sunday schools which were just happening in our village. Ne? So we attended. My baby is 2 years now. He's 2 years, June, July, August, September. 2 years, 3 months. Ne? And, you know, when he was small, I used to take him to church until maybe he was 6 months or so when he started eating food, because of the fact that when I give him sometimes okatete, sometimes if the time is not the time that he eats and he's full, you know, he throw up because the milk was too much. It's like I was, the people that have followed me when I was making milk, they would know what I'm talking about. It meant business to me. Ne? For now, I am a fine lady. Look at me. Look at me. Yeah. Yes, for now, I'm a fine lady. I've very much worked on myself, guys. You see, I've very much worked on myself. If you look at me very, very well, I've uploaded a full video, not full until down, but where you can see that I've really lost weight, even here by my arms. Oh, I carried a lot of fat shame. Okay. Yes, but now he's 2 years, and now I feel like he's big enough to start getting used to the environment. First of all, these kids start getting used to the environment. They start getting used to environment until when they start going there. You know, me now taking him to church, I started now taking him to Sunday schools. Ne? But this is my observation. Taking him to Sunday schools took me back, you know, to 2 years when we used to go there. You know, when I attended Sunday schools, when I'm attending Sunday schools, I'm also drawing wisdom, a lot of wisdom from the teacher on how to handle children, you know, because we just became parents. We were never parents before. We don't have experience at this thing. Yeah? And, you know, the way she's talking to kids, like she's asking kids, what did the pastor say? You know, how do you want to be in life? You know, teaching them, and then she takes them to the topic for the day. What did you learn? How then should you be with other people? You know, when you pray, and then they're left with assignments. Please do me a favor, pray in the morning when you wake up, pray in the evening when you wake up. In the houses, please have wandaga. Wandaga doesn't mean that it must only be like parents doing it for you. You can read your Bible first, you make a prayer, and then you sleep, you know. You know, discussions with, I'm just taking them a little bit of today, ne? I'm not going far. And at the end, after they sang the songs, and sometimes they read scriptures and Bible verses, they you know, tell, like, you know, the kids knows, it's amazing, ne? They sing songs, in their heads, they know. It's so amazing. And afterwards, when I went there, I greeted her, and my baby was just playing, enjoying playing there. All he does is play. That's all he does. And so after we had a chat, and I was like, ish, I don't even hear church anymore. It's like I'm just bringing this person to church, and then she says to me, we're having a chat, and then she says to me, you know, she says to me, Proverbs 22, chapter 6. Ne? Go and read it. No, Proverbs 22, verse 6. Ne? Go and read it in your language, but I'm going to read it. Yeah, this is my Bible. Ne? It's my Bible. I'm going to read it for you. And it's in my language. And it reads as follows. Ne? Chapter 6 says, Putudha omumati panjira njoka ena okwenda nao nena no mukulupe itagamuka mumuyo. Ne? I'm going to leave it there. Ne? She said that, and I remember she took me back to those days when I took my child to baptism. Yes, Eshash. Ne? The pastor said to us, parents of today, you are too busy, but we have a responsibility to raise these children. Ne? Bringing a child to Sunday every Sunday or on Sundays, ne? The child won't capture everything in those few hours. So take it upon yourselves to, read Bible verses for your children, to, sing for your children, to, make prayers, oandaha, ne? We used to call it oandaha. When we were growing up, it was oandaha. Before we sleep, we sang, we read the Bible verse, and we prayed. Praying, we used to make tents. Everybody in the house reads. Today is your chance. You read, you pick a song, you pray. The next day, it's the other person's chance. And I remember when we used to visit my grandmother, we used to do the same. Let me tell you one thing about my grandmother, my mother's mother. Name. My mother's mother, my father's mother didn't have eyes when we were growing up. I don't think she even knew us. I don't think she saw us. I don't know, because I've never seen her with eyes. She have always been blind, And this is something about my mother's mother. My mother's mother will pray, and by the time she says amen, we are all gone. We are sleeping, These parents, the faith was strong. Their prayers carried us through, That's why you find that even in the world where there are too many challenges, you see this helps children to walk in better ways. Now back to the conversation with the teacher, Sunday school teacher. She then said to me that you are a parent trying, it's not, when you look at a child, you would think the child is annoying, but this is where they should be, because then they pick up. Today they pick up something, tomorrow they pick up, next thing you will see them singing. When I started teaching children, I almost gave up, but after then you are telling them, don't do this, sing, do this. They just require patience. But now they are singing. Now they know verses. Now they, so you don't give up. You bring them today, they pick up something, tomorrow they pick up, so that when they grow up in the world that is full of so many things of today, then they know where to fall back to. They can fall back to Jesus rather than them just being in a world, going any direction. Let's go drink, you are gone. Let's go what, you are gone. Let's go what, you are gone. But at least if you have this foundation, you know the wrongs and the goods. You know when to say, no, this is wrong. I cannot do this because it's wrong. No, this is correct. I cannot do this because this is correct. I want to give you a little small example about myself. I didn't lose my virginity until I was like 25 years old. And the reason why I carried my virginity for that long, it's because I had a foundation to fall onto. It's wrong. Ne? And it's wrong based on the Bible. Now, men started hating me because I'm not sleeping with them. And then I had very, very tough conversations with God. No, I had which I'm not going to talk about here because it's not really about me. But I want to say that the foundations that our parents laid for us, that was very strong. Now, I want to give you parents a word of encouragement, because what I am seeing is that I was having a chat with one guy. He sings in a choir after church. I was looking for my helper, because now every time I go out, my baby follows me, but the baby doesn't really want to be left with my helper when I'm around. That's just how he is. When I'm around, he knows mommy is here. So afterwards, now we all don't go with phones to church, because he wants to play with the phone. So now we spoke to each other and then say, let us leave our phones behind, just so that we don't be with during people and he's fighting for phones, so we always leave our phones behind. So now the only thing that we can guide us, she knows I went to Sunday school, and I know she was in church, and we know we have to meet wherever there. If not, then we will meet by the car. But we all don't know where we don't know how to call one another, because we don't know how to reach one another, because we didn't have a phone. I'm busy looking for her. She's busy looking for me. I bumped into this guy. We're having a chat. I'm like, oh, okay, no, you guys, you have what did he say? It's he knows all of us. He knows all of us. He knows me. He knows my sisters. All of us. Now he's saying, so you people, all of you have yellow kids. He was making fun of us like that, in that manner. And we were just busy chatting. I'm like, I took him to Sunday school. Now I'm looking for my helper. And he was like, I can't even come with my child, because he's always running up and down. And then we were talking, we're like, but they're much better when they're with the fathers than with the mothers, because with the fathers they seem to listen. So not with that one. I think with me it's the opposite, but it depends. Some children are more comfortable with their fathers than their mothers. With my son, when his father is around, he's more relaxed, he's calm. But with me, he's all over the place. So now, actually, this is one thing that I need to encourage parents, all of us. I want to encourage you, because when I am going to Sunday schools, also I'm picking up that children are not a lot. Children are not a lot there. And I also picked up that most parents, they're leaving children's home, coming to church. I want to tell you, my fellow parents, to say that your life is already in order. Your life is already in order. You know what's right. You know what's wrong. You know, you already got your foundation. This is not about you. And I keep saying that, what is it that I wanted to say? In a world where, yes, this is what I wanted to say. In a world, this world, have problems. And problems don't end. You solve one problem, it's like an equation. Another problem rise. Solve one problem, another problem rise. This when you walk with Jesus, sometimes you give it to him and go to sleep. When I am dealing with different type of situations in life, I get this a lot. People say to me, you don't look like you have problems, and sometimes I have problems, and some people say, if this problem was carried by somebody else, they wouldn't survive. But having God in my life makes it easier for me to deal with different situations, different people. He directs me, he guides me, he protects me, and sometimes I just give him problems so that I can rest. Sometimes I hand them over to him and I trust him. Sometimes I'm having issues. I'm like, God, please take this one. It's too much for me. And then I will relax. Now it will be very difficult for children tomorrow if we don't lay this foundation of Christ for them. Let me leave you guys with that Proverbs 22. Verse 6 that I was given today. Let me also pass it on to you. Because then it was given to me as a word of encouragement to say, you are on the right path, don't give up. You are a parent trying. Don't give up. It's not about you. Let me tell you one thing about myself. When I go to church on Sundays, I don't hear anything the pastor says, because the little one is way too busy. I'm out, I'm in, I'm what. And it's understandable, because the child doesn't know how to sit still and do nothing. Their job is to sleep and pray and play, he's still young. You know, I'm just trying to familiarize himself with to make him familiarize himself with the environment. My word of encouragement is that let us not give up. Let us not be too busy. And let us not only take ourselves to church, leaving children's home, because this is what I am observing, that we are taking ourselves to church, leaving children's at home. And I'm picking up that when I am going to Sunday schools, I am expecting to see my fellow mothers that goes to church with me on Sundays, that are in choirs with me, or that I know they are regulars, but I'm not seeing them. I'm not seeing my fellow mothers at Sunday schools, but they love God. They love going to choirs. They work for God, but they are not taking children to Sunday schools. This was our foundations, guys. Let us not take it away from our children. Let us try our level best. I think and I believe it's the bestest way to raise children. There's one thing that, in conclusion, I am going to give to you guys, that this teacher said to me, and she said, when you raise children with this God foundation, is that you can only do so much as a parent. The rest, give it to God. Because in all honesty, we do not know how our children are going to end up. Yeah, but we can just put some good teachings in them, but as they grow, and we are not always going to be there to protect them or to guide them, then we can leave it to God. For as long as we know that there is a thing that I came across where they say, raise children in the way of God, so that when they face challenges in life, they will run to God and not to the world. And that caught me very deep. I think I came across this a few weeks back. I wanted to make a video on it, but now that we are here, I'll put it here. That's it from me, Hilma Daniel. Please let us take children to Sunday schools. I picked up that most of us parents are not doing that, because when I started taking my child there, I'm seeing that it's a really small number of kids that are there. Let us try our level best to take our children to Sunday schools. Let us not leave children at home. It's not about us. We have children. It's not, we don't need to relax. It's not time to relax. It's okay if we are going to church and we are being annoyed. It's okay. It's a phase. It will pass. And also, when they grow up, like for now, I want my baby to start talking, so that at least we can start doing oandaga merumbo. Then please let us do oandaga. Let us try to go back to the roots. Tuningenye oandaga, where before you sleep, Bible verse, a song, and then you pray. For them to get used to just for them to teach them Jesus while they're still young. Let us please give that to our children. Just a word of encouragement to my fellow parents to say that we all don't know how kids are going to turn out. We are not saying they are going to turn out perfect or not, but at least we must try. If they turn out otherwise, then we can say we tried. We can go to God and say we did our parental duties. God, you gave me children and I tried. There's another verse that says, do not, what does that verse says? It's about you not denying children the word of God, education type of thing. It's I think I was supposed to know these things before I can speak to you guys, but it's okay. The main important thing is that, guys, let us try our level best. It's not easy, but parenthood is a job. But the moment we made babies, we accepted the challenge. So it's not about you anymore. I even had to stop going to the choir for 2 years when I was breastfeeding my child, because I go in the evening, come back home very, very late. And I had to say that it's not about me. It's not about my entertainment. I have a human being that needs me, so I had to put that on hold for years, yeah, guys, I will see you guys in my next video. Let us not go beyond 20 minutes. Yeah, let us try our level best, dear parents. We can only try. God will meet us halfway. If we are trying, he knows we are trying. He will meet us halfway. The world is full of problems, and problems comes in different categories. Some have got husbands that are beating them up. Some have got husbands that are cheating. Some have got husbands that are not sleeping homes. Some have got what they want children, but they cannot get children. Some have got fibroids, more especially fibroids. It's too much, guys, in us. This in us women. This years. Ne? It's a food. I think it's a food that we are eating plus those contraceptives. But some, it's not even a matter of contraceptives. They're just having these things. You just don't know. Some have are going through divorces. Some are fighting deadly diseases like cancer. Some are fighting other diseases. Some are, guys, some are not having bad bosses at work. Some are witching one another. Some are having bad in-laws, abuse, proper abuse. I'm not talking about these small in-law problems. I'm talking about serious problems. Some are, problems differs. They come to you in different forms, but problems are better carried when you have God in your life. Ne? It's a Sunday today, and I felt I must give you that word of encouragement that do not walk without Jesus. Don't. It's not worth it. Ne? I will see you guys in my next video. This was for parents to children. Ne? It's not for elders. I'm not talking to elders. You are already grown up. It's your choice. If you do not want Jesus and you are grown up, that is your own baby. But I'm saying let us not deny children so that when they grow, they have a proper foundation and they know where to fall back to when challenges of life strikes. I'll see you guys in my next video. That's it from me, Hilma Daniel. Bye-bye.